What's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sure people watching right now are either my friends or my girlfriend's friends, but that's okay. I'm sure it's like that at the start. Despite being only 2.5 minutes long, the first video took days to finalize, so I won't be able to upload as frequently as I want, but hopefully as I get used to editing and stuff, I'll be quicker. I am aware that the subtitles and thumbnail need some work, and that the screen is slightly zoomed out. I started from scratch and learned all of my video editing skills from Google over the past few days, so cut me some slack please. On to today's topic. Today I think I'll talk about some of my adventures in Australia as well as my travels in Japan over the last year or so. Boring perhaps, but hear me out. The last job I had was picking blueberries in northern New South Wales. I lived in a small town called Woolgoolga, aka Whoopi, located a little north of Coffs Harbour for about 8 months. As far as I know, Aussies from the city don't really work on the farms. Like, my personal image of the farms were a shithole in the middle of nowhere that people with working holiday visas get taken advantage of for half a year to extend their visas. I mean, I was kind of correct. Apparently, berry picking is one of the easier farm jobs, but the labor conditions were decently harsh. I'm pretty sure there were numerous labor laws being broken daily, and some people were being taken advantage of due to lack of English skills or knowledge of the Australian laws. The number of Australian people wasn't zero, but it was few enough that I was worried I'd forget some of my English. Especially after I made friends with Japanese people, I was mostly using Japanese and the occasional English to non-native speakers. I also have the same problem now where I'm messaging friends from Australia but rarely ever having conversations in English, so hopefully making videos helps me retain my English. I've gone off track a little, but the reason I decided to go to the farm in the first place was because my girlfriend convinced me that it was easy money. She wasn't wrong or lying, I guess, but it just wasn't for everybody. Because you get paid for the number of kilograms of berries you picked, people who really went for it were making good money. If you're lazy like me, you really got nowhere. Hardcore people like my girlfriend who actually gave it their best really thrived. There was often $100 difference in the money we made daily, and she would consistently be top 2 out of a group of maybe 30 people, and I was consistently bottom 2. Way to go, Joe! There's also a general pattern of good and bad people depending on their cultural backgrounds. Picking-wise, of course, in case that sounded racist. For example, people from Malaysia, Korea, and Japan were generally quick, whereas Europeans and Pacific Islanders were usually taking their time chatting to each other, playing music from their speakers, and having a good time. My girlfriend believed the Japanese in me and encouraged me to go in the hopes that I'd be good too, but unfortunately for the both of us, I sucked and I was slowly eating through my savings. Just like most other jobs, basically everyone improves over time, but I probably had the least improvement out of anybody else I met, so I guess I was just really incompatible with the job. I don't really regret going though, like I really enjoyed every aspect outside of work and it was absolutely a good experience. Since I'd lived in Sydney for my entire life until then and hadn't spent much time in other parts of Australia, I didn't really get to explore or even know the countryside. Going blueberry picking gave me an opportunity for that, and it was cool that I got to know a part of Australia that I'd never seen. You see, Whoopi was very rich in nature and had fantastic beaches, which made it a lovely town. You'd even see kangaroos just chilling in parks and your backyard. It was like real-life Pokemon. However, they fortunately don't attack you in bushes. I did see them fighting each other a few times, which was cool though. It really made it feel like Australia. Popular tourist destinations like Byron Bay, the Gold Coast, and Brisbane were kinda close to Whoopi, and I had the chance to go visit those, so the time outside of work I spent traveling was also heaps fun. The people I met were pleasant and unique in a good way, so they definitely made my time there worth it too, so thanks again to everyone I made friends with. Outside of work, people would go surfing, go to the one pub in town, or just chill somewhere. It was unfortunate that I never got to try surfing, although I'm sure everyone that knows me personally would be laughing at the idea alone. So, blueberries have a winter and summer season, and we went to Whoopi before the winter season started and said goodbye at the end of the summer season. After the 8 months, we went to Sydney for about 10 days to say goodbye to my old friends. Those 10 days were potentially the busiest days of my life. Like, it was day after day of waking up, getting ready, seeing friends, coming home late, crashing, and sleeping for a few hours. It was practically that for the entire time. It was pretty hectic, and I'm honestly surprised I powered through that after being used to the slow country life for so long. Then I went to Cairns, but I'll leave that for another time. This will be it for today. I received some good suggestions from my dear friends after the last video, so I'll definitely use those soon as well. I appreciate any comments left on this one too, and any feedback and suggestions are welcome anytime. Thanks for watching. Bye!